I'd like to welcome everyone to our Healthy at 60 Plus webinar. Our mission is to help everyone over the age of 60 optimize their ability to live vibrant lives. And if you're younger than 60, then stick around. The information you're going to learn will help you prevent some of the issues facing our generation. Tonight, we're going to address erectile dysfunction, or ED. Everyone is familiar with ED. We've seen enough TV commercials promoting Cialis and Viagra to know that there is a sexual health issue for both men and women. What most people don't know is that there is a natural way to address this issue. It's called nitric oxide therapy. So here's our bold promise to you. We're going to help you clearly understand how nitric oxide therapy can naturally address erectile dysfunction, resulting in a more satisfying and fulfilling sexual experience for both men and women. And if you stay to the end of this presentation, we're going to give you a code that you can use to download a free report that outlines key natural ingredients and steps you can take to effectively address this issue. Now, why should you listen to us? Well, for two reasons. First, we work with a large client base over the age of 60 who have cardiovascular concerns. As we help them understand how to apply nitric oxide therapy to their high blood pressure or diabetic complications, we get positive results. Clients share with us that their blood pressure has returned to normal, or the feeling in their fingers and toes have returned. And from our male clients, we also get comments like, "My soldier has returned to action," or "I haven't had a morning erection in a long time. Is this stuff supposed to help in this area?" We know from our experience that when nitric oxide therapy is properly applied, it can make a significant difference in helping to overcome ED issues. Here's the second reason. One of the best books on understanding nitric oxide therapy and its benefits is the national best-selling book No More Heart Disease by Nobel laureate in medicine Dr. Louis J. Ignarro. As you can see by the cover of his book, he makes the statement, how nitric oxide can prevent, even reverse, heart disease and strokes. But what about erectile dysfunction? Does nitric oxide play a role in helping a man have an erection? Well, on page 11 of his book, Dr. Ignarro answers these two questions. Quote, "By 1990, our experiments indicated that nitric oxide is also the chemical messenger responsible for penile erections. Nerves in the erectile tissues release nitric oxide, dilating the blood vessels and initiating erections." End of quote. So the answer is yes, nitric oxide can play a significant role. What's disturbing about Dr. Ignarro's statement is the phrase "by 1990. At the time of this recording, it's 2015. That means 25 years have passed, and most men and women have never heard of nitric oxide therapy, let alone how to apply it to improve their cardiovascular and sexual health. That gets corrected today. We can't change the past, but we can certainly influence the future. And as you're going to come to understand, the key to improved sexual health is improving the body's ability to properly produce and maintain its nitric oxide levels. Now we want to be clear to you, and everyone listening to this webinar, nitric oxide therapy is not the answer for everyone, since there can be other causes for ED, like nerve diseases, psychological factors, medications, and chronic illnesses. However, for the vast majority of men, nitric oxide therapy can have a profound benefit in helping to restore sexual health so that an intimate relationship can become a satisfying experience for both the man and his significant partner. In our webinar today, we're going to show you how to properly harness the power of nitric oxide therapy to effectively address erectile dysfunction without the nasty side effects of medications or the expensive cost of Viagra-like products. In fact, we're going to share with you 3 secrets to help you understand these issues. Secret number 1, we'll reveal exactly what nitric oxide therapy is and how it benefits both your overall circulation and sexual health. Secret number 2, how Big Pharma doesn't address the real cause of your problem and may actually add to it. Secret number 3, how certain key natural ingredients can make a significant difference in the creation of nitric oxide, and what is the best delivery method for these ingredients. Let's start with secret number 1. What is nitric oxide therapy and how it benefits your overall circulation and sexual health? Let me ask you a question. If we could show you how to effectively bring your blood pressure back to normal, significantly reduce your risk for strokes and heart attacks, potentially repair your vascular system for improved blood flow, while helping you effectively increase your ability to have and maintain an erection, would you be interested? Well, the obvious answer is yes. In 1998, 3 American researchers were awarded the Nobel Prize in Medicine for discovering how your endothelium, which lines all of your cardiovascular system, converts the semi-essential amino acid L-arginine into nitric oxide, the master signaling molecule of your entire cardiovascular system. The endothelium is only 1 cell thick, but it lines the inside of your heart, the inside of all your arteries and veins, arterioles and venules, and your capillaries are just extensions of the endothelium. It's the largest secreting tissue in your body, and it performs multiple functions, one of which is the creation of nitric oxide. When properly nourished, the endothelium will create high levels of nitric oxide through an enzymatic process. Nitric oxide provides 3 critical benefits to you. First, it relaxes the smooth muscle of the vascular wall, causing vasodilation for improved blood flow. This helps many bring their blood pressure back to normal. And for men, this vasodilation is absolutely necessary for an erection. Second, nitric oxide keeps blood platelet cells from sticking together to naturally reduce the risk for strokes and heart attacks. Third, at high enough levels, over a long enough period of time, nitric oxide initiates reparative mechanisms to heal damage done to the endothelium. This can result in the reversal of plaque formations, atherosclerosis, and calcification, arterial sclerosis, leading to both better blood flow and more endothelial surface for the production of nitric oxide. Now, how does this apply to sexual health? The male organ contains 2 cigar-shaped structures called corpora cavernosa that run the length of the organ. Arteries bring blood into these 2 structures, with veins carrying the blood away. In a non-erect state, the blood flow from the arteries is restricted, while the veins are open to drain blood away. When a man becomes aroused, the brain sends a signal to reverse this process. The arterial blood vessels open up so that pressurized blood can enter the corpora cavernosa. The veins leaving the male organ are constricted. This action traps the pressurized blood, allowing for the size increase and full erection. The endothelium plays a significant role. When properly stimulated, it increases its output of nitric oxide, causing the relaxing of the smooth muscle of the vascular wall, allowing for significant vasodilation so that pressurized blood can enter the male organ. As Dr. Ignaro discovered back in 1990, nerves in the erectile tissue release nitric oxide, dilating the blood vessels and initiating erections. As additional research in this area has shown, little nitric oxide production and you will have a little to weak erection. No nitric oxide production and there will be no erection. So the first secret centers on improving the health of the endothelium so that it can produce, when stimulated, the needed nitric oxide, causing improved blood flow into the male organ, and maintaining this production of nitric oxide long enough to maintain the erection for satisfying sex. Which brings us to secret number 2. Big Pharma doesn't address the real cause of your problem and may actually add to it. What's the real cause for most ED issues? It's the insufficient production of nitric oxide. But rather than learn how to improve the health of the endothelium and increase its ability to produce nitric oxide, manufacturers of Viagra-like products went in a different direction. If you remember from above, there are 2 competing actions at play: vascular dilation for improved blood flow and vascular constriction, which limits blood flow. Both are controlled by an enzymatic pathway. Without getting bogged down in the complex interplay between these two actions, let's put it into its simplest terms. Nitric oxide acts as a signaling molecule to stimulate an enzymatic process that creates cGMP, which then causes the smooth muscle of the arterial blood vessel to relax. This results in increased blood flow to start and maintain an erection. There is another enzyme called phosphodiesterase, or PDE, that deactivates this cGMP. This results in the smooth muscle returning to its original constricted state. If this action didn't occur, then men would be walking around all day long with an erection. What the manufacturers of Viagra and Cialis did was figure out a way to disable the PDE part of the cycle by introducing a chemical called sildenafil citrate into your system. This chemical attaches itself to the PDE enzyme to disable the vascular constriction phase, allowing the nitric oxide to continue to influence the vascular dilation, allowing you to create enough increased blood flow to have and maintain an erection. This works great if you're producing nitric oxide. But if you're not, then this method will not work or work very poorly. As this image clearly shows, the aging process results in a significant decrease in nitric oxide production. Most of this decrease is due to damage done to the endothelium, resulting in plaque formations and/or calcification. So rather than address the root cause of most ED issues, drug companies instead chose to find a chemical that they could manufacture, sell, and make tremendous profit. Additionally, if you check on WebMD, they list 65 drugs that can cause ED issues. Most of the drugs are in two categories: drugs that address high blood pressure and antidepressants. This becomes a vicious cycle that adds to your erectile dysfunction, which brings us to secret number 3. How certain key natural ingredients can make a significant difference in the creation of nitric oxide, as well as heal damage done to the endothelium. This natural method can help address high blood pressure, to help you lower the number of drugs you're taking, as well as improve your ability to have and maintain an erection. Here's the short list: L-arginine, L-citrulline, vitamin D3, vitamin K2, pomegranate fruit concentrate. Now you can get these key ingredients through food or supplementation. If you choose food, then you need a certain quantity of food to create a therapeutic effect. Let's first look at the two most important ingredients, L-arginine and L-citrulline. These two amino acids are used by the endothelium to create nitric oxide. Most research indicates that for you to receive a therapeutic benefit from L-arginine, you need to consume at least 5 grams of this amino acid at one time. Two of your best food sources would be either 6 ounces of peanuts or 10 ounces of tuna. However, as you can see by the slide, you also take in 528 to 918 calories. That's a lot of calories to try to burn off without them showing up on your waistline as additional fat stores. While L-arginine is the direct source of nitric oxide, L-citrulline is needed to recycle the other molecules to reform L-arginine. This recycling process allows you to significantly extend your ability to produce nitric oxide over a longer period of time. This benefits you in making more nitric oxide available while initiating the reparative mechanisms needed to heal the damage done to the endothelium. As this damage is repaired, more of the endothelium can create the needed nitric oxide. This healing process aids in improved cardiovascular and sexual health. For L-citrulline, the best and only food source is watermelon. Unfortunately, 60% of the L-citrulline is contained in the rind portion of the melon. So unless you're going to juice the whole piece of watermelon, you're losing a significant amount of L-citrulline. The combination of vitamin D3 with vitamin K2 helps to properly regulate calcium levels in your bloodstream. Since this enzymatic production of nitric oxide is calcium dependent, This aids in helping the endothelium do a better job in producing the signaling molecule. Also, vitamin K2 has been clinically shown to reverse arterial calcification, to help return more of the endothelium back into a functioning tissue, thus helping to create even more nitric oxide. Pomegranate fruit concentrate improves the enzymatic activity of the endothelium, allowing it to produce higher levels of nitric oxide. In human clinical studies, this process helps to reverse plaque formations, which returns more of the endothelium back to a healthy tissue, allowing it to increase the overall production of nitric oxide. Now that your head is filled with all this information about improving your sexual health, let me ask you a question. Would you rather figure out an eating schedule to get in your 6 ounces of peanuts or 10 ounces of tuna while carrying around a juicer to make sure you're getting your needed L-citrulline from watermelon, plus taking additional capsules of vitamin D3 and K2, and then rinsing it all down with a glass of pomegranate fruit juice? Or would you like to simplify the process by taking a powder mixed in with water at the start of the day and then repeating this simple process 30 minutes prior to bedtime? While some like to do it the hard way, we find most people like the simple process of taking a powder twice a day to help them address their ED concerns. And the best L-arginine supplement in the world is Pro-Arginine Plus, distributed by Synergy Worldwide and manufactured by Nature's Sunshine Products. With 262 quality assurance steps and pharmaceutical-grade L-arginine, this product is actually listed in the 2014 and 2015 Physician's Desk Reference, which doctors use for guidelines on what they would recommend for their patients. And the exact first-line quote is, "Pro-Arginine is the highest quality L-arginine supplement in the world." Think about that. A natural nutritional supplement actually listed and recognized by the medical community. Why? Because it works. Add to this their 120-day money-back guarantee, and you have a product that is recognized as the best, and one that you can put to the test. If it doesn't help you address your ED concerns, then you can return it for a full product refund. Additionally, if you purchase this product from us, then you'll have Arnold's phone number to answer any questions you might have about the use of this product. Now, 2 final items. First is our free report. This report summarizes the information we just shared with you and provides you with our recommended protocol on how to use nitric oxide therapy to address erectile dysfunction. To get this free report, you'll need to enter this code down below. Here it is, ProArgi9. Enter your name, email address, and the code ProArgi9, and then click on the button that says Free Report. Second, we've secured 3 pricing options for you. You can choose 1 box for $70, but let's be frank with each other. That's not a good value. If you want to really address the health of your endothelium and its ability to properly produce nitric oxide, then you're going to need to be taking 2 packets per day, 1 in the morning and 1 30 minutes prior to bedtime. If you get 1 box, then you're going to be back buying another one in 15 days. And while some have seen improvements in that short period of time, most take longer because we're working to solve a problem. A much better option would be 4 boxes. This would bring your cost down from $70 per box to $50 per box and save you $80. Plus, it would give you a full 60 days on the product to see how nitric oxide therapy could benefit you. But the absolutely best option is the Jumbo Jar Plus One. The Jumbo Jar gives you 180 servings, which is the equivalent of 6 of the boxes. Plus, you get a box of 30 individually wrapped sticks. Each stick is a serving for a total of 210 servings. So for $40 more, you're actually getting 3 more units or 90 additional servings. That's absolutely the best price and comes like any of the other options with a full 120-day money-back guarantee. It's decision-making time. If you truly want to address the health of your cardiovascular system and see for yourself if this natural method can improve your sexual health, then make the decision to purchase one of our options below. If you have some additional questions and need some answers before making your purchase, then we invite you to call Arnold directly at 609-410-4790. He's available Monday through Fridays from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you get his voicemail, then please leave him a message. He'll call you as quickly as he can. Thank you for your attendance on this webinar. We hope you found value in the information we shared. We look forward to helping you improve your cardiovascular and sexual health by learning how to properly use nitric oxide therapy to address the health of your vascular system.